بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. المقصد الثالث. We are still in the book of fasting and we reached المقصد الثالث, the third objective. فيما يكره للصائم, things that are unrecommended or undesired for the one who observe the fasting. And they are 9 items. Number 1, مباشرة النساء, any relationship with his wife, تقبيلا ولمسا وملاعبة, all these types, touching, kissing and others, is not haram, but it is makruh during the month of Ramadan and while they are fasting. Now, not only during the month of Ramadan, if they are doing qada, let's say, after the month of Ramadan, they have to do qada or kafara, again, it's not recommended for him or her to have these types of relationship. وَالْإِكْتِحَالُ بِمَا فِيهِ صَبْرٌ أَوْ مِسْكٌ. Kuhl nowadays, they don't use it anymore, but they used to use the kuhl. Kuhl is not eyeliner. Kuhl is specific eyeliner that even men is mustahab for men, not just women. For men to use it because they say it boosts and strengthens the eye vision. So it is taken from a tree. And it has some bitter, very, very bitter. Some people, when they use it, they can feel the bitterness in their throat. They can feel it. Yeah, very, very strong, very sharp. So, whether the kuhl is mixed with sabr, sabr is a part of a bitter plant, extracted from this bitter plant, or misk. Misk gives a beautiful aroma, fragrance, a type of atar that is used, misk and za'faran and others. So this is makruh to use that type of kuhl because they can feel the flavor of it in their throat.
So Said, does that mean atar, or like if you put cologne or any kind of...
No. Cologne is mustahab. Cologne is mustahab to wear it.
Right.
This is kuhl.
No, for the musk though, the musk.
No, musk as a kuhl is makruh, but as a cologne is okay.
Oh,
because you are not going to. Yes, yeah.
Sorry,
Kuhl.
when is it? Haram or
Not haram. Makruh. While you are fasting.
The eyeliner part?
Not eyeliner. Special kuhl. It's not today's modern eyeliner. This is a special liquid, black one. And even men, they use it. I've seen old generation when I used to be a child. Even old men, they used to put the kuhl. In Farsi, they say surma.
Surma.
Is it because they put it in between the...
Exactly, in between, exactly. It gets into the eyes, and it goes with to the throat.
But outside of Ramadan, it's mustahab, you said?
Mustahab, strongly mustahab, yeah. وإخراج الدم المضعف, extracting the blood so the fasting person feels weakness. How is that? Have you heard of hijama? Hijama, bloodletting.
Oh,
The Chinese, they use it.
The leeches.
Leeches.
Cupping.
Cupping, ahsant. And they are still using every spring. The time of it in Iran, Iraq, and Arab countries, Muslim countries, Pakistan, India, they do it during March. This is the season where they extract the bad blood.
Yeah.
And it's really, makes the person healthy and his blood circulation revives. And this one, because he feels after that, he feels some weakness. So it is not recommended to do that while you are fasting. وَدُخُولُ الْحَمَّامِ كَذَلِكَ. Now, hammam, what is hammam? Hammam is shower. It is not reference to today's contemporary showers. Today we take showers, we don't feel weakness. In the past, they used to go every 10 days, once. To outside, there is a public bath, and they sit there for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. They use the steam, they do the whatever. Well, not just wajibi. They use the
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Take the old skin.
It hurts the skin. It hurts the skin really because they go every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they must stay there for 4. So they get weak. They really get weak. Nowadays you take a shower 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you are off. So that type of hammam, not today's shower, that type of hammam is makruh because it weakens them. Was-sa'ud. Sa'ud, huge. I remember when I was a child, the elderly in the community, they used to use something dark. They sniff it to cleanse this area so they don't get flu. They cleanse it. They protect their what they call it, nostrils. Yes. They make them immune against bacteria or germs or whatever. So they used to put them here. Every 5 minutes they put something. You tell, this is sa'ut, it's called. This is also makruh to do that during Ramadan.
So it's an antimicrobial type of?
Yeah. They said this would increase your immune system.
Immunity.
Yeah. These are old medicine. Nowadays nobody is using them anymore. وَالسَّعُوطُ بِمَا لَا يَتَعَدَّى الْحَلْقِ. It's makruh as long as it does not reach the throat. If it reaches the throat, it becomes haram. وَشَمُّ الرَّيَاحِينَ. Smelling the flowers. Not the good smell, not the perfume. Rayahin means the flowers. If someone smells the flower, this is makruh. But not putting the perfume. وَيَتَأَكَّدُ فِي النَّرْجِسِ. There is more emphasis in being makruh in certain type that is called narjis. وَالْإِحْتِقَانُ بِالْجَامِدِ. We said that the enema with liquid is haram, but the enema or the injection with the solid things is not haram but makruh in Ramadan.
Say solid material, it says it's jamid. What's the liquid? What's that called?
Fluid.
No, in Arabic.
مائع.
Ma.
Yes.
Is this referring to like a shot?
No.
Injection?
No. See, Hajj Arash. In the past, these are old methods. They are not used. In case of constipation, they used to have 2 ways. Either use fluid enema, fluid from the back,
Oh, I see.
or the solid one.
Gotcha.
The fluid is haram, invalidates the fast. The solid one is makruh. However, injection, we spoke about this. If you use IV, it's okay.
Or any shot that you need to take.
It's okay. The only thing that should not enter through the mouth is the food and drink. Through the mouth. And the second thing is the liquid enema from the back. That is the only 2 things that haram. Any other type of injections that goes into the system, into your stomach, is okay. It does not break your fast.
As long as it doesn't go through the belly, right?
The IV does not go into the belly?
No, I'm saying as long as there's some things that sometimes, like a pet tube or something, you put it through the belly to feed the people, the person.
That's not good. I think we read that.
That's
yesterday.
haram. That'll break your fast.
Yes, that breaks the fast, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, where are we? وَبَلُّ الثَّوْبِ عَلَى الْجَسَدِ. They used to do, at that time there was no air conditioning, moistening the dress. They make it wet so, they cool them down. وَجُلُوسُ الْمَرْأَةِ فِي الْمَاءِ. Again, women used to sit in the tub or some sort of water to cool themselves. This is also makruh, not haram. الركن الثالث في الزمان الذي يصح فيه الصوم. What are the times that we can fast? وهو النهار دون الليل. Fasting is only during the day, not the night. ولو نذر الصيام ليلا لم ينعقد. If someone, crazy person, he wants to fast during the night, then his fast is nothing. This is not a fast. Because the fast is also only taken during the day, not the night.
Does that become actually haram if you're...
Yeah, there is لغو. There is no such fast. وكذا لو ضمه إلى النهار. Someone made a nadr that I'm going to fast 24 hours. I've seen some people do this. It's not accepted because you can't say 24 hours. You can say from dawn to after layl, after sunset. But you cannot cover the night. In the night you are not allowed to fast. Okay? ولا يصح صوم العيدين. During the 2 days of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, it is haram to fast. ولو نذر صومهما لم ينعقد. If someone made a nadr, a pledge, that if God cures my son, I'm going to observe the fast of Eid al-Fitr, his nadr is invalid. Has no value. ولو نذر يوما معينا فاتفق أحد العيدين. He said, I'm going to fast next Thursday, inshallah. And next Thursday happened to be the day of Eid. Then again, this nadr is invalid. He should not pay attention to it.
In any of the 3 days, right?
2 days. Eid, 2 days.
2 days, okay.
No. Eid is 1 day.
Oh, okay.
Eid is just 1 day.
I thought sometimes we
No,
observe it for...
religious, we observe, in Arab countries, mashallah, 3 months they observe. They want to have holiday. But the religious day of Eid is only 1 day.
On that day you cannot fast.
On
You
that
fast
day.
the
But
other
the following day you can, of course. Yeah. وهل يجب So if someone made a nadr to fast Thursday and that Thursday happened to be the day of Eid, he cannot fast. So should he replace that day with another day? وهل يجب قضاؤه? One opinion says yes. Because he could not fast the day of Eid, then he has to fast to fulfill his pledge and his nadr some other day. وقيل لا. Others, they say it's dropped because it fell on the day of Eid. Then, although he made nadr, but he doesn't have to fulfill it. وهو الأشبه. The author says, I lean to this, the second opinion, that you don't have to fast. وكذا البحث في أيام التشريق لمن كان بمنى. أيام التشريق, my friends, are those who go to Hajj. Those who go to Hajj. 11th, 12th, 13th of Dhul Hijjah are called أيام التشريق, the days of shining, spiritual shining, because the Hajj has concluded, the Haji has done his a'mal, his Hajj rites, his soul is revived, his soul starts to shine. So it is called أيام التشريق, 11, 12 and 13. These days, for someone who stays in Mina, again he cannot, if he made a nadr, he cannot fast these 3 days. Because these are days of celebration. Although they are after the Eid. Day of Eid is day 10. But these 3 days after the Eid also should not be observed in fasting. But for only the one who's in Mina, not for us who are in Orange County. We can fast these 3 days. Those who go to Hajj and those who are in Mina. Okay? الركن الرابع من يصح الصوم منه. Who is the one that fasting is accepted from him? Because some people, their fast is not accepted. It's not considered. It's not considered. It's not valid. وهو العاقل المسلم. Every person who is sane, he has sanity, عقل, and he is a believer, Muslim. فلا يصح الصوم الكفار. We have many friends here in America. They fast with us. I know a couple who fast every year 30 days. Not just, I know many, they fast 1 day, 2 days. But I know Christian couples in solidarity with the Muslims, they fast 30 days. Their fasting, there is a debate. This debate is interesting. The debate says, in the same way that God said to the Muslims, you have to fast, His call and His order and His commands is not confined to the Muslims. It embraces non-Muslims too. Although they are non-Muslims. But God is saying to them, you have to fast, you have to pray, you have to pay zakat. Even though they are non-Muslims. There is a debate among the scholars that this call, oh people fast, is it confined just to the Muslims? Some say yes, just to the Muslims, because they are Muslims. Others, they say no, because this is something righteous. This act is righteous, so non-Muslims are not excluded from it. They are included in it. Okay? So here he's saying something interesting. He says, وَإِن وَجَبَ عَلَيْهِ, though it is mandatory on the kafir to fast, but his fast is invalidated.
Invalidated or not accepted?
Invalidated. Because it does not have niyyatul qurba. It lacks niyyah of doing this for Allah.
He says kafir, this translates non-Muslim though.
Yeah,
So
non-Muslim.
kafir, no kafir.
Non-Muslim, yes. وَلَا الْمَجْنُونَ, someone who's insane, his fast is invalidated. What does that mean? It means that if Majnoon decided halfway through drink tea, okay, or eat, then he doesn't have to do qada or kafara. It's not considered, because it's not considered fast, proper fast. It's not considered the proper fast. Therefore, even if he breaks it, then there is no qada or penalty or kafara on him. وَلَا الْمُغْمَى عَلَيْهِ, someone who's in the state of coma, in the hospital. That person is not asked to pray or to fast.
Why is fasting by default anyway?
Exactly, it's fasting by default, not eating.
Yeah, but he's fasting at night too, so it's actually around.
He's fasting 24 hours. Yeah. وقيل إذا سبقت, there is an opinion, إذا سبقت من المغنى عليه النية كان بحكم الصائم والأول أشبه. There is an opinion that our author does not agree with it. He says, I don't agree with it. That if he started the day with the niyyah, but later on he passed out, then that day is counted on him. It means that he has to make up that day. But if he passed out before the beginning of the day, he's not asked to make up that day, because he was in the state of unconsciousness. Are you with me?
So
Fasting is only mandated on someone who's in the state of consciousness. But if he's passed out, then God does not ask him, because he's out of life, out of control.
But this is different than sleeping then, is considered.
Different. Sleeping is voluntary. For sleeping, you can wake him up. This guy, the state of coma, you cannot wake him up.
But okay, so if he was not passed out, he makes the niyyah, then he passes out, he has to make it up.
Yeah, because he started the day conscious. He understood, he made the niyyah. Halfway through, he passed out. So that day he has to, after he recovers, that day he has to make it up. But if, let's say, Ramadan came and this guy in the state of coma, he doesn't fast. Even after recovery. Because Ramadan came and went, and this guy was half dead.
What about like a faint spell and he passes out for 1 minute or 30 seconds?
No, this thing is not.
It's okay.
Yeah, this is something temporary. Yeah. Although there is a point here, has nothing to do with fasting. They say if a person gave power of attorney, I give power of attorney to Nadim. Nadim, you have my power of attorney to do such and such and such and such. Then I pass out for 1 minute. After recovery, I have to renew my power of attorney to him, because that old power of attorney has terminated when I passed out. So if I recover, I have to renew this power of attorney. Only power of attorney, not marriage, alhamdulillah, because not marriage or divorce. Yeah. Only power of attorney has to be renewed after recovery. كان والأول ويصح صوم الصبي المميز. Now children sometimes they do not distinguish, too young, and sometimes they are young but they distinguish between good and bad, between, in that case, if the child distinguishes things, then his fast is accepted and he gets a credit for that. Okay?
Before the age of bulugh?
Even before the age of bulugh. And this is why he's going to tell you that begin training them to fast at the age of 7. So when they reach the age of bulugh, they are ready. Physically, psychologically, they don't get caught by surprise. So they are ready for it. وَالنَّائِمْ إِذَا سَبَقَتْ مِنْهُ النِّيَّةِ. A person who slept before he did the niyyah at Fajr and then he slept. And his sleep continued until the night. He took a pill. As soon as the mu'adhin said Allahu Akbar, he did his prayers, or probably he didn't do his prayers, and he went to bed and he slept until after sunset, until midnight. His fast is accepted. Although he just observed 1 second. Only the niyyah. He said the niyyah. 1 second, let's say. And then he slept. Although he was sleeping the whole time except for that second, the beginning of it, his fasting is okay. ولو لم يعقد صومه بالنية مع وجوبه ثم طلع الفجر عليه نائما واستمر حتى زالت الشمس فعليه القضاء. But if he was sleeping, let's say Fajr now is 5:39. Today was 5:39. Let's say today was Ramadan. He slept before Fajr. He slept at, let's say, midnight or 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. So when the Fajr came, he was sleeping. He did not do the niyyah. And his sleep lasted until the following day noon. Let's say from 12 midnight until 12 noon, he was sleeping. So he missed the time of the niyyah and he missed the morning. If he wakes up before noon, even 1 minute before noon, and he does the niyyah, then that day is accepted. But if he doesn't wake up until noon arrives, and then he wakes up in the afternoon, that day he has to make up. He keeps fasting, he doesn't eat, but he has to make up that day. Because he was not aware until afternoon. He wasn't aware. Okay? وَلَا يَصَحُّ. Also, part of the fast which is not accepted, women who go through menstrual cycle or nifas. Nifas is the period after post-mortem, after birth. The 10 days when they see the blood, that is called nifas. In these 10 days, she cannot fast. And during the monthly period, even though I get asked this question by some woman, she says, Sayyid, today, only 5 minutes before sunset, I saw the blood. So is my fast? I said, no, sorry. Even if it is 5 seconds before sunset. You have to do that day, redo that day, qada, you have to do. Or let's say it's قبل الغروب أو انقطع بعد الفجر. Or let's say the blood ceased after Fajr. 10 minutes after Fajr, the blood ceased and she took shower. Can she fast that day? No, sorry, it's too late. Because it has to be before Fajr. Once the Fajr arrives, then that day she cannot fast. And many women, they get disappointed, I am telling you. They tell me, why Islam is so harsh? I saw the blood just an hour before Maghrib. Especially during summertime, days are very long.
So say they do qada.
Qada.
Regular, just okay.
Women, they do qada for the fasting, but they don't do the prayers. Prayers has no. Yeah, prayers they don't make it up, but the fasting they have to make it up. ويصح من المستحاضة. Now, my friends, we have حيض and استحاضة. We study this in باب الطهارة. This is the first chapter in the book باب الطهارة. حيض is menstrual cycle, monthly period. Istihada is some types of blood that she sees periodically, occasionally. And it has ruling. Istihada could be qalila, little, mutawassita, middle, kabira. Qalila, she does wudu for every salat. Fajr, she has to do wudu. Dhuhr, one wudu, and wudu for asr. Wudu for maghrib and wudu for isha. Mutawassita, she has to do one ghusl. Beside the 5 wudu, she does one ghusl for the fajr. Kathira, the large one or the big one, she does 2 ghusls. 2 showers. Beside the 5 wudu that she does for every prayer, she does one ghusl for fajr, another ghusl for maghrib and isha. But she can fast. She can fast and she can do the ihram, the tawaf in Masjid al-Haram. She can do her 5 daily prayers. She can observe the fast. This is istihada, minor cycle, not the real cycle. Istihada. ولا يصح الصوم الواجب من مسافر يلزمه التقصير. Again, this is one of the questions that we get asked. Someone travels. He says, Sayyid, I'm traveling for 3 days. I don't want to ruin my fast. I want to continue fasting. You can't. Since you are breaking your prayers, you also have to break your fast. This is the sunnah of the Prophet. The Prophet traveled in Ramadan for the battle of Badr, from Medina to Badr. Took him 5 days to travel. He broke his fast. Sunnah. And it's mentioned in the Quran. Okay? This is ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah in the Quran. When you travel, the sick and the traveler, they don't fast. إلا ثلاثة أيام في بدل. The only exception for a musafir, traveler, to fast is when he is in Hajj and he does not have the money to sacrifice the hadi. Hadi means the sheep. He doesn't have the money. In that case, he fasts 10 days. 3 days while he's in Mecca and 7 days when he comes back home, rather than paying money. Some people didn't have money to sacrifice. And now you know how much it cost? Last time I was in Hajj 2 years ago, it's minimum $150. $150, if not more. This is minimum. Some people can't afford. Now they afford, those who go from America, but others, they go from poor countries. They can't afford. So they fast 3 days in Hajj and 7 days after. So although he's traveling and his prayers is broken, but he can fast these 3 days. وثمانية عشر يوما في بدل البدنة. Budun, my friends, is mentioned in the Quran. Budun is the camel. Sometimes there are certain penalties in Hajj that sheep is not enough. You have to sacrifice certain violations in Hajj. If someone, while he's in a state of ihram, he or she, they do certain violations, they have to sacrifice a camel. Now suppose they don't have money. Camel nowadays, if the sheep is $150, camel is about $5,000. They don't have money. In that case, they fast 18 days. وثمانية عشر يوما لمن أفاض من عرفات قبل الغروب عامدا. Who should sacrifice the camel? Someone who went to Hajj and he was supposed to stay in Arafat until sunset. You know, Arafat is from noon until sunset. That is the obligatory part. Noon to sunset. He left 2 hours before sunset. 1 hour, 30 minutes before sunset. He left Arafat. He went to Muzdalifah. or he went outside Arafat. In that case, he has to sacrifice a camel. If he doesn't have money, he cannot afford, he or she would fast 18 days. Although they are travelers, but they can fast them while they are traveling. والنذر المشروط سفرا وحضرا. Now, he made a nadhr. By the way, the nadhr helps you with your problems. There is plenty of riwayat that if you really need serious about something to be done, God will do it for you, then you have to do nadhr. Nadhr. I feed 5 orphans. I take care of this family. I buy food for this family. And it has a formal declaration, not just in your heart. You say, or you can say it in your heart. This is the way we say the nadhr. Lillahi, for God, alayya, upon me. Nadhrun, a pledge, if God solves this problem for me. Or he brings my son safe. He cures my wife. Whatever. He finds me a job, let's say. Then I will do such and such and such, قربة إلى الله تعالى. Lillahi, for God, for Allah, alayya, upon me. Lillahi alayya nadhrun, a pledge. In means if. If he cures my son, let's say. If he solved this specific problem, you mentioned the problem, then I will feed this family. I will pay $100 to this orphan, for instance. I'll help this hospital, this school. قربة, and then should say قربة إلى الله تعالى. So if he made a nadhr that I would fast in the beginning of Sha'ban, and it happened that the beginning of Sha'ban he was traveling, then okay for him to fast because he made a pledge. He didn't know that he's going to travel. He didn't know. He said the beginning of Sha'ban, but then he had to travel for business, for something. So while he's traveling, although he's traveling, but he must fast, observe, because he made the nadhr. وَهَلْ يَصُومُ مَنْدُوبًا. Now, is it okay for us to do the mustahab fasting while we are traveling? There are 3 answers. Answer number 1, قِيلَ لَا. No, you cannot fast mustahab while you are traveling. وَقِيلَ نَعَمْ. Answer number 2, yes. While you are traveling, you can fast if it is mustahab. وَقِيلَ يُكْرَهْ. The third opinion says it is unrecommended that you fast a mustahab fasting if you are traveling. And the author says, I am inclined to the third opinion. وَهُوَ الْأَشْبَهِ. That is makruh. And while you are traveling, it's makruh to fast a mustahab fasting. وَيَصِحُّ كُلُّ ذَلِكَ مِمَّنْ لَهُ حُكْمُ الْمُقِيمِ. But if you are traveling and you are considered as a resident, like what? Give me 1 or 2 or 3 examples of that. Someone who's traveling, but he offers full prayers, not to walk.
More than
If you
10
have
days.
a home in a different place.
Yeah, if you have a home in another city, or if you stay in that city for
More than 10 days.
10 days and up, or what else? Yeah, we said he has another home in another city.
No, but I mean, it's his country. If it's his...
No, not necessarily. The country, let's say you go back to Iran. You have to have the intention of considering this place your home. It's not automatic. It's not by merely you were born there or you carry the citizenship of that land. No. You have to have an intention that I still consider it my home. If you have this intention that you consider it, it becomes your watan. But many people, they go back to their original home, but they don't consider it their home anymore. They say, I was born in this village, in this country, but now I'm in Europe, in America. This is not my home anymore. So if you make the niyyah, and we studied earlier what is the criteria for making it home or not? If you remember a few weeks ago, there is a criteria. You have to spend specific amount of time every year in that country, in that, to be considered home. Okay? But there are others who travel, but they still offer full prayers.
One is that travel frequently.
Exactly. Someone who travels frequently. كثير السفر. Who else? Someone whose job is a traveling, pilot, driver, truck driver, captain of a ship. He's always, this is his job. So he doesn't break his prayers, neither breaks his fast. So he has. Who else? Someone who commutes between his residence and his job every day. Let's say he lives in Orange County, he works, let's say, in Oceanside or San Diego. So he's commuting every day. So while he's traveling, he's on the road, he's traveling more than 100 miles, but he does not break his prayers, neither his fast. He continues fasting in Ramadan. Okay? ولا يصح من الجنب إذا ترك الغسل عامدا مع القدرة حتى يطلع الفجر. A person who was in a state of janaba and he knew that he's in a state of janaba and he was able to take a shower before Fajr, but he chose not to because he was too lazy. That day he missed it. If the Fajr arrives and he has not taken the ghusl, that day is missed. So he has to do qada of that day. ولو استيقظ جنبا بعد الفجر لم ينعقد صومه قضاء عن رمضان. If a person outside Ramadan, he was doing qada, let's say he owes 10 days, 20 days. Now it's Rabi' al-Thani. He wants to fast now. And then he woke up after Fajr. Let's say he ate something at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and then he went to bed. And he woke up junub after Fajr, finding himself junub. That day is not considered fasting. So let him go and eat breakfast and enjoy his lunch. He has to repeat the fast. Okay? وَقِيلَ وَلَا نَدْبًا. Even if he's doing mustahab. Let's say someone decided tomorrow I want to fast قربة الله تعالى. Not because I owe. No, I don't owe. Mustahab. Okay? Every Monday and every Thursday it's mustahab someone. So it's Thursday. He woke up after Fajr while he's junub. Then that day is also, he cannot fast that day. Okay? But if he was in Ramadan, someone ate at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and he went to bed and he woke up after Fajr while he is junub. Is his fast valid or invalid? In Ramadan, it's valid. Outside Ramadan, it's invalid. Okay? So as soon as he wakes up in Ramadan and he finds himself junub, he has to take shower, ghusl. But the fast is intact, is valid.
There is no qada?
No قضاء. No قضاء. وكذا في النذر المعين. Same thing, same ruling of Ramadan is when he makes a nadhr that I am going to fast Friday. Friday he wakes up after Fajr, he is junub. Because he made a nadhr, it became wajib on him. So his fast is okay. If he's junub, his fast is okay. ويصح من المريض ما لم يستضر به. The last mas'ala. A person who is sick. Now we have two types of sickness. One of them, you must not fast because this fast hurts you, medically hurts you. Health-wise, it hurts you if you don't drink water, for instance. Or if you don't eat food. Some of those diabetes, they tell them that you have to take this medicine or you have to eat every 3 hours, every whatever. So if the doctor tells him, or he has heart problem or any other condition, then he should not, it's haram. Some people think that, no, haram. The Quran says, marid should not fast. Now, if he's sick, the fasting is not going to hurt his sickness, but he's sick. The fasting is not going to contribute into more sickness or more deterioration of his health. In that case, he can fast. It's okay. As long as the fast does not hurt, does not deteriorate his health. I don't know what example should I give here. He's sick, let's say he has what? Broken leg? We can say
Maybe he has the flu.
flu, but flu doesn't he should drink water?
How about allergy?
Allergy, for instance. Allergy, yes. But the flu, he should drink water, yeah?
I mean, it's.
He shouldn't?
The flu, if you have a fever and you're dehydrated,
Yeah.
then yeah, you know what I mean.
Actually, diarrhea is a dehydrating condition. You have to drink water.
Yeah.
Right?
That one you have to,
You
yeah.
have
Yeah.
to drink a lot of water.
Yeah, so that's
So if his sickness, some sort of, like cancer, let's say, cancer, should he eat or drink or,
Depends.
really? Medicine you mean, or food or?
Yeah, if he's taking, I mean, if he's on chemo.
Yeah. However, if a type of sickness that does not, fasting doesn't hurt it, then that person can fast.
Actually,
Fasting.
diarrhea you could fast because you can an IV actually. You can IV.
IV
So you-
dehydrates
See,
you.
this is the thing, you need a jurist and you need a doctor.
This is why they say the jurists, they really should consult doctors.
Yeah.
This is why when they come to me here in Ramadan, many people, I say, listen, I'm not a doctor. Ask the doctor. If the doctor is trustworthy, he doesn't lie to you, then accept what he says. Ask him, can I, in person in my condition, can I fast or not? If the doctor says no, then believe him. Unless he's lying to you. But if you trust him, trust his verdict, then follow his instructions. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل